You know, that's kind of the space that you want to get. You know, everyone looks from the eye level. Everyone sees the same thing, but middle space is kind of that area higher than you can see, just stand and see, but lower than aircraft. You can just kind of go out and just see different, you know, it's when you're landing an airplane, you can look out and you can kind of see the houses and the patterns emerge as you come lower and lower. And you can kind of hover over this space with certain technologies. But you know, from low space, you can like look up at, say, like windmills, or you can look across at bridges. You really don't get different perspectives on it. You see the same thing that everyone else sees. But let's see, next slide. But you know, historically, ever since they started doing this photography and balloons and all that, people wanted to go up and just capture that. You know, take pictures. You know, kind of be able to see that new patterns develop. And, you know, like they would use birds. They would just tie them, you know, put a little camera on them, you know, put a timer on them, and then they'd set them loose. And, hey, you know, if you can do it, you know. This one is a panoramic camera that this guy made, George Lawrence, and it's a very large negative, like 5 feet long, you know. I mean, it was incredible for what he was doing at that time. And the most remarkable about these things is they worked. You know, you go out there. This picture was taken by a pigeon. You know? And if a pigeon can take this, you can take it, okay? You know, I mean, and you know, those cameras were not any bigger than those little digital compact cameras that you can buy now. And this is the other one from Panoramic. And this used the entire San Francisco earthquake damage. He took a photo of it, just took a kite up. He had a train of kites. The camera weighed like 75 pounds. It was like, but currently, no, what's changed recently is that digital cameras are out, like electronic controls are out, and it's much easier to control them from the ground. You can see what you see up there. You can kind of point it in different directions. So you can just take a kite up, and you can suspend a camera from it, and, you know, just kind of take a picture. And, you know, this one's probably taken from about 200 feet up, I believe. And it's a very simple rig. You just can cut this out of plywood, a little bit of rope. The camera here is just an infrared remote trigger compact camera, essentially. And very, very affordable at this point. Or you can get really... This one is actually, will rotate. It'll rotate, it'll tilt up and down. I don't think it can do landscape to portrait, but he can actually look at the, they can actually look at the image of what is happening. And from there, a picture of the beach no longer is just the view across. You can see patterns emerge that you would never see before. You can see where people walk, where they lay. You can see the shadows come up in different format. You can actually go up and see structures from an eye level. You know, remember the windmills from before? You know, imagine looking at them directly, and you can just hover there with this technology and just say, and so you can like put these around buildings, you can look at them. And, you know, there are other types besides kites that can be done fairly cheaply also, you know, and it's because there's more than one way to do this. You know, kites are good, I like kites. But say like you could just take a styrofoam box, you know, styrofoam, stick a cell phone in it, you know, tie it to a balloon, send it up. You know, I mean, it's going to come down eventually. And, you know, just set a timer and say, hey, every 15 seconds, take a picture, and you'll get a picture like that. And if you don't tie your balloon, you'll get a picture like the other one. Your results may vary. I'm going to recommend tying a balloon if you want it back. Or you can take just a standard old painter's brush, you know, those extensions. You can get them from any Home Depot or anywhere like that. And you can just do the same sort of gear on top of that. And the remarkable thing about these is just with a very little change in height, you get a different perspective on it. Now, I recommend have understanding neighbors or do this in a public place. Okay? You know, just, you know, sometimes you don't want to know what's on the other side of that wall. Okay. There's some really good websites out there right now for this. Make TV had an entire like 10-minute video about how to do this, different technology, and their pictures were beautiful. Their pictures were beautiful and all that. And they also show other ones on how to do it. And this is my blank slide because I kind of forgot to do the last slide. So, but there you go. Thank you.